guys, what's up? Tori here. So I'm sorry that I haven't made an video. I didn't make a video sooner, but today I'm actually 2 days post-op from having my panniculectomy surgery, my getting this extra skin on my stomach removed. And as of today, I'm actually feeling pretty good. Like, I'm feeling much better today than I was yesterday. I swear, the day after surgery is always like the worst day, because like I remember that with my arms too. Like the following day, my armpits were really sore like all day long, and yesterday I was so sore all day long. I was like I was almost like even thinking like, oh my gosh, why did I do this? Like, I was so sore all day yesterday, and like the worst was when I would have to move, like get up to go to the bathroom or anything. Like, that was the worst part, like trying to move. And like right now I walk, like, because everything is so tight, like I walk kind of like hunched over and bent over, so I literally look like an old grandma when I walk. I'm not even kidding when I say that. So I look like, I'm not walking quite as far hunched over as I was, but it was like the first day I was like walking like pretty much like completely bent over. But this morning I was able to walk a little bit straighter, so I feel like every day it'll get a little bit better. But the surgery went great. Everything went fine. There was no issues. And it lasted about 3 hours, and I stayed at the hospital pretty much all day long. We didn't leave. I don't think we left the hospital till like 6:30, because my drains were draining like so much, and like I was even having some draining like coming out of my incision, like in the spots where the drains are. Like, there was even like stuff coming out of there, and like the nurse was like really concerned about it. So then she called my doctor, and he was like, oh, that's totally normal, and as long as it's not like excessive, like it shouldn't be a big deal. Because like the nurse was like convinced that I was going to need to stay overnight, because it was like things were just draining too much. And so like when we were getting me ready to go home, then she kind of stopped getting me ready and was like, why don't we give it another hour, see what the drains look like, and if they get super full within an hour, then I'll, we'll go from there. So like I just slept. I honestly slept pretty much that whole day. I was not awake at all, hardly. But when they were getting ready to go home, they did the drains did slow down enough that like it wasn't a big deal, and she was like, yeah, you can go home. So because I actually had a shift, there was a shift change with my nurses, because my morning nurse that I had right away when I got there was great, and then it switched over to another nurse, and that afternoon nurse I don't think quite knew like what to do. Like, she seemed a little bit like clueless. I don't know. My aunt, who is a nurse and was with me, wasn't impressed either, and I'm actually at my aunt's house now, if you guys didn't know that, because she's helping to take care of me and stuff. But yeah, I don't have like any incisions or anything to show you. I have 2 drains, and they have to be like when they start getting full, they got to be emptied. My aunt's been mostly emptying them. The day of surgery, like, we emptied them several times. Like, they just kept filling up. And then yesterday, I think my aunt only emptied them 3 times. I think she emptied them once like right away in the morning, and then once a little bit later in the afternoon, and then I think she emptied them right before like at the end of the night, and then she emptied them this morning. The one drain tends to fill more than the other one, actually. So if you're squeamish at all, you probably want to like skip ahead in the video, because they are a little bit like, the stuff inside is a little bit gross looking. It looks like bloody and gross. So if you're squeamish at all, look away, but I am going to show you. So I'm gonna just point down. So I have this binder on just to kind of hold everything nice and tight, and then there's also like gauze bandages and stuff. But these are the drains here. This is one of them. This one is the one this is the left one, and this is the one that drains like the most. Like, we've gotten the most out of this one. So, and it's actually looking much better. Like, at first it was like really super dark red, and it was kind of thick, but now it's just kind of like it's a lighter red, and it's more soupy. It's not, or like more watery and not so much bloody, which is a good thing. That's what it's supposed to do, because eventually it should just go down to being just kind of like a light pink color. So yeah, there's that one, and then there's this one on the side. This one doesn't have hardly anything in it right now, so I definitely think the drainage is slowing down. So yeah, those are the drains, and they will stay in. I see my plastic surgeon again. Sorry, I'm trying to hold the camera still. I don't have a tripod with me. But I see my plastic surgeon again at 1 week post-op. So actually next week, I mean, I'll be 1 week post-op next Monday, but I'm going to see him next Tuesday because that's when he does his like appointments on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then I think Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are his surgery days. I think that's kind of how he does things. So I will be seeing him next Tuesday, and that's he should be hopefully taking the drains out at that point. Saying as long, like, because my aunt too, she has a paper that's like she records how much she gets out of them every time she empties them. So as long as they're not like getting that full anymore, like if they're still getting really full, he'll probably keep them in like 1 more week. But if they're not getting really full, then he'll take them out, which hopefully he will take them out just because they're so annoying. Like, it's so hard like getting like any sort of clothing on around them because like they stick out and they're annoying. Like, they don't hurt or bother me, like I don't really feel that they're there, but they're annoying and they're hard to get dressed around. So I'm really hoping they come out. And also, like, the spot where like the drains like are going into me, like those spots tend to like drain a little bit, which is gross, and I'm so sick of it because my aunt keeps like replacing like the gauze pads and stuff back there to try and keep me dry, but it's like as soon as those pads get wet, it's like it drives me insane, and I'm like, they gotta be changed again. I cannot handle this. Like, So yeah, but otherwise I am doing good. Everything, honestly, the biggest thing is everything just feels so tight. Like, literally when I stand up, I feel like I'm going to like tear apart. It feels so tight, which over time that'll get better. It won't feel like as tight, and it won't and I'll eventually be able to like walk perfectly straight again and stuff, and things won't be as sore and things like that. So it'll get better. But yeah, everything went great. Did I say the amount of weight they took off? I don't remember if I said, but they actually took off 7.5 pounds of skin from my stomach, which I honestly expected it to be a little bit more than that. Like, I expected it to be a little bit closer to 10 pounds, but still 7.5 pounds of skin, like that's quite a bit of skin really when you think about it. So I find that really cool. So I just got 7.5 pounds lighter. I mean, that's cool, right? So yeah, I have not actually stood on the scale just because I feel like I'm not going to get an accurate weight anyway if I do, just because of like, fluid and bloating and swollenness and stuff. So like, I'm not going to really worry about getting on the scale for a while just because, I feel like I want to wait till like swelling has gone down quite a bit in order to get like a really accurate new weight for me. So, but yeah, I am feeling great. Everything went great. I for sure will be staying here because I have to sponge bathe too. I'll for sure be staying with my aunt until my appointment next week. And if he takes out the drains and he says everything looks good and I can like shower and stuff on my own, then I'll probably go home. If I'm still at a point where I feel like I might need a lot of help, then I might stay with my aunt for a little while longer. We'll just kind of see how things go and play it by ear. I'm really hoping though that everything will keep like constantly just getting better and better and better, and that I will hopefully, not have to be a pain to my aunt for too much longer. So I'm also just hoping for swift recovery because, oh my goodness, guys, like, being laid up just is not my thing. I don't like being laid up at all. So yeah, hopefully things will just keep improving little by little as fast as possible. And like, I'm being really good. I'm making sure I'm not doing anything like too strenuous. Like, literally the most that I do is I get up and I walk to the bathroom, or I grab myself something to, or like I'll walk to the bathroom, and then while I'm up I'll do something like refill my cup of water, or like, I don't do a whole lot just because, for one, it's not comfortable. It's not that comfortable to move around. So I'm just trying to take it really easy, let my body heal and that kind of thing. And if you're wondering, I actually have not really had that much of an appetite since my surgery. While I was at the hospital, they were like, would you like to try something to eat? And like, at first I was like, no. And then they came by and asked again. And they were like, we can get you like toast or crackers or Jello, and I was like, why don't we try some Jello? Like, Jello sounded kind of good. And I literally ate like 2 bites of Jello, and I was like I'm done. Like, it's not that I felt sick, like it was gonna come back up. It just is, it felt like too much to eat. Like, I, and I honestly have not really had a super huge appetite. Like, nothing has really sounded good to eat. Um, so the day of surgery, all I had was 2 bites of Jello. Yesterday, a friend of mine from church who actually had this same surgery, like almost, I think like 2 years ago was when she had hers, but um, she actually came and brought me some broccoli cheese soup for lunch and a strawberry milkshake, which I didn't have a whole lot of the shake. I just had a few sips because with milkshakes, if I have too much, I feel sick. So I don't have milkshakes too often. So I had a little bit and then I gave the rest of it to my aunt to have. And then she also, with the soup, she also brought me there was a part of a sandwich and I ate a few bites of the sandwich. I didn't really eat a lot of the sandwich. I ate the soup though. The soup was amazing. Soup was so good. Honestly, I was like, oh, honey, you are a genius for bringing me soup. Um, so yeah. And then at dinner, my aunt made dinner and she made, like, it was actually mostly leftovers from our Sunday dinner. Like, there was some ham and then she warmed up some baked potatoes and there was some cooked carrots too. And I cut just like the end off of a baked potato and had a little bit of baked potato, a couple of small pieces of ham, and I put some carrots on there. But I ate the potato and I ate the ham, and then I ate all but like 2 carrots that I had on my plate. Like, and I did not put very much on my plate. It was very minimal. So that's pretty much all I ate yesterday. And today so far, I have the plate sitting here. That's why I'm looking this way. I had a piece of toast this morning, and I took my turkey snack sticks from home with me, and I had one of those too because I'm like, that actually sounds kind of good, and like I want to like try getting in some protein throughout the day because protein is good for healing too. So yeah, um, so yeah, I really have not had a huge appetite. Like, nothing really, like, for one, I don't feel like that hungry at all, and two, like, there's just nothing really sounds that good. So it's like, and when I do feel like I kind of want to eat something, I literally sit and be like, all right, well, that sounds good. So I was like, a piece of toast and then having a turkey stick was like, I'm like, okay, that sounds pretty good. I can do that this morning. So that's what I did for breakfast this morning. When I eat again, I don't know. We'll see. Honestly, like, I'm not crazy about eating at this point. So yeah, but that's all the updates I have for you guys. I am doing well. Definitely, yes, like I said yesterday, I was so sore all day. Today, like, I woke up this morning and I was like, I'm really not that sore this morning. Like, this is good. So, but I am staying on top of taking pain medication. At the hospital, they gave me Norco and they gave me a prescription to go fill to get Norco from the pharmacy. But the problem is with Norco is, for one, it makes me so tired and out of it, and then two, it tends to make me super constipated. So I'm like, if I don't have to take Norco, I don't want to. So I've literally just been taking Tylenol, which honestly has been working pretty good. Like, and I took some, I don't know, it was like between 9 and 10 o'clock. I took some just because I had been up and moving, and like I stuck some toast in the toaster and stuff. And I was like, I want to take Tylenol just so that way I don't feel so sore after being up and moving around. So I have a couple of hours yet before I can take more, but I don't know if I probably will keep taking it just to make sure I'm keeping the pain at bay. But yeah, so that's everything. Everything went really well, guys. If you have any questions for me, you can feel free to leave in the comment section below. And I promise to keep you guys updated. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram for sure, if you aren't already, because I've been putting a lot more updates on those two things than I have anywhere else. So definitely follow me there to keep more updated. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.